So good afternoon, Paragoners, Dean, Judge, and Hackathon mates. This is our team, Titanium, and our mentor is Bong Huat. So before we start to our product, first we are going to go into our problem statement. So reflecting when I was just graduate from high school, I have a big challenge in terms of trying to understand how university works because I'm not familiar about it. And from this, I tried to do a survey with a high school fresh graduates and grade 12 graders, and we received a response that usually they go and ask the school for information and call or ask friends and so on. This leads to a lot of confusion, but at the same time, it's really time consuming for them. So we want to address the solution and help them to alleviate this problem. And with this, let's dig down into Paragon University. Today, when we chat to our school, we have to wait for a response. And this will take a lot of time. But at the same time, we have to understand the demographic that not a lot of students know how to go into the website and learn the information about the school. So with this, we also validate another problem. We ask them what's their biggest challenge, and we can, from this, it tells that they have a challenge in understand the information about the school, but at the same time, some of them are even less confident to talk to the people or how to get the information they want. So move on. For this, we want to address the requirement anxiety, information accessibility, and time consuming. We want to ask them further, like how can we improve the school service? Next. So from this, it's quite clear that most of people are now using a lot of Facebook, but at the same time, some of them are even introduced chatbot. They want the response to be quickly and at the same time convenient and helps them to ease to understand. And we validate it even further. So most of the people, if we implement the chatbot, they would say yes, it would be more helpful to them. That's why we want to introduce you the chatbot for Paragon, our school. So key features that we are currently focused on is the contextual menus to help students understand flows of how they should we suggest the information that they want to interact with the school. But at the same time, we want to implement FAQ interaction, which we got from the school. And with this, we can help reduce human intervention, but at the same time, we increase the student interest rate because once they get enough information, they get to understand if they need it or not. And it's highly good that we bring at the same time a good impression of our school that we have such technology to provide the service to our students. At the same time, this chatbot is really high scalable. So the tool we've used are Dialogflow, as it's very flexible, but at the same time, of course, Facebook API. So the implementation is that we've all learned the tool, and at the same time, we push the survey and target the most important topic that the students are interested in. For example, our survey shows that they are really interested in the school fee. And for this, we focus on implementation, arranging our menu from the highest topics to the lowest topic, and then we do testing and repeat. So do you want to see the demo of our school chatbot? Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna give the floors to Hong Liang. Go.
So how do you guys normally start a conversation? So, hello? Okay, there's a main menu that you can select, like the topic on school tuition and fee. So mostly students would like to know about the school fee. So let's select it. So here, the chatbot reply all the school fee in the Paragon International University. So for like from different faculty, yes. So after that, they will ask you what do you want to do more, or you want to go back to menu, or do you want to talk to bot. So in this case, I would like to go to talk to bot. So it will greet you with statements that it will try to answer your question. So what is the question for the board? So I will go with scholarship. Scholarship. So here for the scholarship that is based on national high school exam and any related information will pop up. So how about how to contact? So how can I contact you? So here is our contact number and also our email. And how about like I would like to learn more on the website. Okay, we can add the chart. Can ask him website. So here is our website, and yeah. So this is our demo, and hope you guys enjoy it.
So this is just a brief demo of our school. Actually, there's a lot of room to improvement, especially with the UI and UX. We believe there's a lot of text that needs to be shortened and tailor the experience for the 12th fresh grader. So next slide. So we want to focus on improving accuracy, and for the UX, we want to help index to help tailor the experience to the high school students because the way they ask questions is different from us. But at the same time, we want to improve the language processing, which means how we reply is also tailored to how they understand, to make it simple. And we also want to improve this chatbot by integrating with our school database to help increase the contextual, but at the same time, maps, images, and so on will be also integrated.
That's it. Time's up. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's a useful feature, just like the other chatbot. Any chatbot is useful to me. Very impressive work for 24 hours. And I can definitely relate it to this product. And another idea is to, after you serve the customer or student in this case, you may want to collect the data, do some statistic to, so because high school students, they often ask about measures and program we offer. Maybe the other way around, if we look at what are the popular measures that are asked by students, so maybe we can consider open that program.
Yes.
So like two ways, the other way around to understand your audience. At the same time, you also serve the audience. It's a interesting concept, and I like it. Again, good job. Thank you.
Thank you.
I really like how you put a lot of data into your presentation, but I want to ask you like how many sample size you've done and how many survey you have been doing.
Okay, so for this, we try to do two steps. First, because we are already in university, we want to understand the perspective of the 12th grader, high school, or fresh graduate to see what's their challenge in actually learning them. So they are the best sample. So we publish it on Facebook to ask for referrals of those who are actually doing grade 12. And we submit the survey in person. So even though our sample size is only 22, but most of the respondents are really put their efforts into it. At the same time, we gain new insights. For example, some of the students, they have a limited literacy rate compared to the majority of those who understand the language. So that's why we realized that understanding their concern and how their perspective is really important on tailor the right information to them. So the majority of time we spend is actually to try to understand them. And at the same time, we also gather a few data related to the topic that they mostly choose. So top three are first, school tuition fee, second one is department, and third one is how do they apply. And at the same time, this is just a short moment that we actually collect the data and we realize that there's more that we can learn from them, maybe in-depth interview and so on. But with such a short amount of time, that's how much we can gather. And we believe that there's a lot of room that we can improve upon this.
So how many type of question can it support currently?
We are target to only for FAQ question, which is about the scholarship or the school website, where is the location, how can you enroll, and what if you fail the English exam, or something like a very frequently asked question from student. We can answer all of it.
And to add on of that, thanks to our mentor guidance, we discovered a very new features of Dialogflow, which is knowledge beta. So we input the FAQ that our school already have, a lot of them, and put it inside. And surprisingly, the chatbot is really smart to respond. So if you, the demo a while ago, we demonstrate the talk to bots that was actually generated from FAQ list. So it's currently we can safe to say that we can already answer about 50 questions and so on. But the experience, there's a lot of text, there's a lot of typos that we need to fix and make it shorter and fits to the UI of Messenger.
Hi. So I want to understand a bit more. What is your business model of this chatbot? Is it targeting only school, or is it moving to other industry as well, or is it just answering FAQ for schools?
So this is a project that we want to explore chatbot initially, but we've discovered the potential that this could bring a lot of service outsourcing to many various industry. But for now, since we are focusing on the scope of university context, I think it's best to serve it as a student service for the students, and potentially we scale it by improving the chat response accuracy and also outsources to various school, depending on our ability. Yeah.
So also, how do you plan to differentiate yourself from the two other teams? Do you have anything in mind? Like, you guys are all chatbot, right? What's your uniqueness?
I think each team has their own value proposition, of course. But so far, our strength is depending on research. So we believe we can understand the customers and the students more than others. And based on the background of doing a lot of research, we believe that we can focus on this aspect. But at the same time, we let others to do on their own value at the same time.
Good job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay,
One last
One more
question.
It's caught my interest when you said there's a feature from Dialogflow that you just discovered that it can answer the FAQ. So what is your input? Are you inputting as a question answer pair, or are you inputting a raw text and then it can able to answer the question? What is the input? Your FAQ, is it you input as a question and then next to question is answer, or you input the raw text and then it's able to answer the question from user?
Question and answer. And there's an interesting features that if we put the URL of the websites into it, and it can also like crawl to find FAQ and generate it for us. So I think it can really fasten the process of data learning and machine learning processing.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Cool. Thank you, judges.